it's just about picking, the best of the worst. And so I think we're at the stage now where I want to think about what else we could do so that we're not choosing a bad solution. We'll see. I think we still have time. I'm kind of against changing the mining schedule because I think then we're just kind of like any other coin. And the same kind of goes for changing the proof of stake. You're right, Charlie. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. Like I said, we have an awesome group of developers now. We have an amazing community. So my hope is also that a large group of miners will also stick around and mine for the Doge that they're being rewarded in, and not just they can cash out to US dollars for. So my message to everybody is that try and incentivize that. When there's an affordable ASIC script miner, I'm going to buy some because that continues the security of the network, and I kind of implore everybody else to do the same because you can help secure the network and be rewarded in doing so. It's just, we need to be careful about the centralization of that mining power.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically, there's new script ASIC miners coming out. The hash power is going to suddenly drastically increase, and you guys just want to make sure that both coins stick around and continue to be supported by this hash power so that we can all continue to have DogeCon and fundraisers and grow these currencies. Is that correct? Is that good summarization?
Pretty much.
Okay. By the way, guys in the audience, raise your hand if you care about Dogecoin and Litecoin. Alright, perfect. So if you guys know how we could solve this problem and you want to propose that idea, go tell Jackson or Charlie.
Yeah, and get on GitHub. Like if you're a developer sitting in the crowd, contribute, please, because the more developers, the better. And sometimes it takes a fresh pair of eyes to think about something in a new way.
Cool. So we have time for one more question, and then we will take it to the audience. So guys, if you have questions for these two, start thinking about them now. Creating a currency that blows up like this, whether it's Dogecoin or Litecoin, is gotta be crazy. And what is the craziest thing or most surprising thing that has happened for each of you guys since that happened?
Well, it's surprising coming to like a Bitcoin conference or a Dogecoin conference where people like just know who you are. And people ask me for like a signature. I'm like, why would you want my signature?
Or your photograph?
or a photograph. Like I've taken like thousands of photographs with people.
You're famous.
Only in this community.
But this community is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, look, the craziest thing that's happened to me is that entire slide I showed earlier. I'd probably say the last 138 days are the craziest thing that happened to me, but the other day I bought a jar of Nutella with Dogecoin, which I thought was pretty damn cool. So,
sweet. Well, thanks guys. This was awesome. Let's take it to the audience and get some questions going. I'll run down and go hand the microphones.
My name is Mike, and my question is about ASICs in general. It seems to be antithetical to the idea of decentralization. I don't know. I fear that when script ASICs come out, that it'll no longer be able to have people get into it. People will only be able to do it if they can pre-order 6 months in advance, large sums of money. So to me, it seems antithetical to the idea of decentralization, getting people involved on the ground level. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I think Charlie, probably, we were just talking about this earlier, you guys know your thoughts on that, but my kind of opinion is, I want to see an affordable ASIC. I think Bitcoin runs on ASICs and it's doing pretty well for itself. I think that really they're also the only way to keep the current generation of cryptocurrency running in a kind of green-friendly way as well, which is, if it wasn't for ASICs, Bitcoin would be using a lot more energy than it is today. We'd be spewing out a lot of greenhouse emissions and stuff like that. So I like ASICs, you know. I actually want like a Doge USB ASIC I can plug in that has a Dogecoin on it, so KNC, you listen.
Yeah, my name is Jahan. This is another. Oh,
So, yeah. So about about ASICs. So ASICs doesn't make it really centralized. So I mean, people can still go out and buy Bitcoin ASICs. So it doesn't really centralize it. It centralizes it a bit because you can have larger like ASIC farms and a lot of ASICs owned by one player. But another thing is for a currency to be decentralized, mining is just a small part of it, right? It's a part where the currency gets created, but the users are all decentralized, right? You have users using it, and the users have a lot of say too, right? If the miners all decide to fork the coin and give themselves more coins per block, the users won't follow that fork. So it's still decentralized, even though the mining might be a little bit more centralized with a smaller group of people. So I think ASICs is inevitable for a coin to kind of to succeed. When the coin becomes worth something, it's gonna make it worthwhile for a manufacturer to create ASICs for the coin. And the only way to battle ASIC manufacturers is to change the algorithm every time so that the ASIC machines can't catch up. But if you do that, changing the algorithm and forking causes a lot of it hurts the coin because you have to get everyone to adopt the new fork. So I don't think there's a good way to fix that, and I think it's just inevitable.
Anybody else? Question?
Bob, this is kind of a follow-up on the ASIC question. So if you think they're inevitable, and you have foundations for an association for your group, wouldn't it help the community if, for example, you had the foundation provided ASICs to the community where you could buy them directly, you would know it was distributed by a trusted organization?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I kind of want an ASIC in everybody's hands. Where's Landon from Moolah? Because they are doing something called Blue Farm, which is really interesting. And they're kind of like orchestrating what we're talking about, like group buys of ASICs so that everybody can have one. And, you can do your own part to help secure the network. Like, I think that's really cool, actually. Like, I'd like for every person that's in Dogecoin, everybody here to have like a little USB ASIC miner that's helping secure the entire network. I think there's strength in numbers. So, yeah.